firm control of her skills. Very good to see. Flights that one up and pat. The most number of singles gives themselves a better chance to win. Ria. Dot ball.
Good business there for Ria. She's doing very well, being very disciplined.
Giving them no room to work with. She's bowling stone dead into the middle stump. You miss a hit kind of stuff. Taking away the freedom of the batters to swing their arms. Restricting their movements. Knowing that if they miss the ball, they'll be sent packing. So she's challenging the defenses of every batter. Wide outside off stump on that occasion. I think that was a bit too harsh. But nonetheless, the man in red stretches his hands.
The line does belong to the umpire. The line is not yours all for the bowler. In the air, who wants that? Hit over the infield. The chase is on. Does it have the legs to cross the boundary? It's the boundary that Mariko Hill desires to break her shackles and add to the total of Hong Kong, China.
That's the advantage of the singles. When you take many singles and then get a boundary, all of a sudden you're moving at 7, 8 and over. And that's exactly what Hong Kong, China needed at that moment. And Mariko slogs one, deep square leg, backhand area in the power play. She picks up a boundary, 39 for 1 at the end of the 8th over.
Indubama, the skipper, introduces herself into the attack. She'll love to be invisible. Indo knows her tactics. She won the toss. She said she would love to bowl. Conditions quite still favoring the bowling. But she's hit in that vacant region. All the way to the boundary. Natasha Miles continuing to pepper the onside there. The shot of intent from her across the line, but it's right off the middle of the bat. Ria Sharma chases, but she only plays second fiddle in the chase.
Only Usain Bolt could have got to that one, innocent.
Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell would have been finishing up second fiddle in that chase. The ball travels faster. It's like a tracer bullet. That's the bottom hand coming into play, trying to hit to the side screen. It's a fine stop from Ria Sharma.
Very beautiful pattern here. Already 5 runs from 3 balls. I think that puts a bit more pressure on Indu Boma. Mariko and Natasha noticing that they need to keep things going. Shimmy, a little shimmy down the ground, punch through the covers, pick up another single. That's a good thing about singles, innocent. Build pressure on the bowler, and all of a sudden, if you get a boundary, the scorecard looks completely different. And as you can see, Hong Kong, China is moving at a decent rate of 5.19. For the loss of only 1, 45 runs in the 9th over. Miles showing a lot of intent, as well as Mariko.
Because Miles on 27 from 31, scoring at 90, 92%, not chewing up a lot of dot balls. She gets that one right behind square, but there is protection, and it's a good fielding there from Joshi. Kabita. And at the end of the ninth, Hong Kong, China are in charge for the 6-for-1.
So that's your mantra. Don't stay too long. Don't stay too long. Make sure you're always. Get found out easy. Beginning of the 10th over. Hong Kong find themselves having done a good job. They'll start thinking of putting finishing touches to their already good work so far. Only losing 1 wicket in the 9 overs so far, while accumulating 46 runs. Mariko and Natasha would look to consolidate. Straight one there. Kept out. Dot ball. Rubina, the bowler. It's another change coming in from the golf course end.
Rubina Balbeshi. Touch and go. And like the urges with which Hong Kong, China are running between the wickets, they take off quickly for the first and they look out for the fumble in the field so they can get onto the bike and come through for the second.
Like the approach of the Hong Kong Chinese ladies. Looked more proactive, finding the singles, mixing them so well with the boundary here and there. Another good single there as we see. Punching to the left of the cover fielder on her left hand. Not easy to pick up and throw if you're right-handed. Picking up a single in the process.
Rubina Belbashi Chetri bowling from the golf club. And again, like Ivan said, Hong Kong, China might have 99 problems, but picking up singles is none of them.
Keeps the scoreboard ticking. And I tell you, Innocent, if they pick up a double here or an even number, the over will be a very productive one for them. Seem to be playing with a lot of intelligence. Mariko looks like she's opening the face of her bat, trying to run it down to the slip and third man area. Showing a lot of intelligence in her approach to batting.
And if the Ugandan ladies are watching this one, they should see and learn one thing, how Hong Kong, China and Nepal do play. They play without fear, they play without pressure, they love the game. Look at the confidence, look at the poise, look at the style. As the 50 does come up, sends the dugout of Hong Kong, China into applause as they continue to chant, let's go Hong Kong, let's go. And who will take the water break at this moment with a score at 50-1 after 10 overs. The batting card is coming up shortly to tell you how things have gone for Hong Kong, China. Shanzin Shazad, the only wicket to fall, caught by Samjana. Ishori Beast, the bowler, 7 for 2 off toll for her by the two senior counterparts of this Hong Kong, China side, Natasha Miles and Mariko Hill, riding it along nicely for team Hong Kong, China. And this is the bowling card. Pooja Mahato started it all, but her overs were expensive. 13, the only wicket to be picked by Ishori Beast, 1 for 6. But right now, Rubina Chetri Belbashi doing very well, just at the 1 over, and she's gone for 4. And Ria Sharma controlling the innings, 2 overs 11, alongside Rachana Kumari, 2 overs 9 runs. Only 3 extras, and now we will take a break. what?
I don't care for them.
Why?
I don't. I even don't know their language.
Take a couple of laughs with Ivan Tawitamura here in the comms box. I am very privileged. I played with Ivan at his very best at the under-19 level for Uganda. And I'm happy to be with him in the comms box. He's still in his amateur days as a commentator, a rookie guy. But I tell you, he is enjoying it all.
I tell you, Innocent, talking is much harder than playing. Phone hitting the ball a lot easier than talking. I need to have swallowed an entire English dictionary, but I didn't have the enough saliva to digest it.
There was a joke going on here as we had a guest commentator in the Princess Naomi Bagenda Kayondo. Davis Karashan warned her, please swallow your English bundle before you come here. Talking is not easy. That was quick in the air, quicker off the wicket. Indy Obama sizing up her opposite number.
MTN has been selling data bundles. I don't know who sells word bundles.
Talk to Laika nicely, the official partners for Uganda Cricket.
I'll give them a call, see if they can give me a digestible bundle.
Lots of energy here in the comms box. When you run into a friend and you're doing a thing that you love, passion overrides emotion. And we're here for the fun, and we're happy to be the ones that are telling you the beautiful stories of women's cricket in the associate world as two countries come up together. Two countries, the lowest ranked countries, 21 and 22 playing each other. And yesterday was a day of reckoning in this tournament. On March Day 2, it was the day of the underdog. Hong Kong, China, beating fancied Namibia, and then Nepal castling Uganda. It was a sweet story for the tournament.
Natasha is driving the ball very well, Innocent. She's previous ball, she drove down the ground for 2. She repeats the doors on this occasion. Although she picks up 1, but the driving has been very impressive. She got her driving permit and her driving licenses in order. So she doesn't want anything full and straight to her. She'll put it away effectively. The two consolidating their position at the halfway mark seem to be in control of whatever is going on, giving a lot of hope to Hong Kong, China. And I tell you what, Innocent, if they bat for another 2, 3, 4, 5 overs, Nepal will start scratching their heads in a very aggressive manner.
That one is very well kept out. The two mainstays of Hong Kong, China's batting, continuing to do the hard work. They're digging deep. They put price tags on their wickets, and they're wearing their hats on their sleeves. They know the onus is on them to give their team a formidable total. And you will have realized, as the singles continue to come through, that the teams that play in the afternoon do actually score more runs because the wicket is getting better. The conditions have been tougher in the morning with the breeze cutting across. You can see the trees all around the oval and everything else. We'll come back to that topic about tactics because you are more tactical than I am. 55 for 1 after 11 overs.
Well, stabs it down through third man. I see some footwork from
Ria Sharma.
Yeah.
In
Good
other
work.
words, she must have been a very good footballer.
The singles still doing the trick, Innocent. The singles. What I also like is the calm manner in which Natasha and Mariko are dealing with this situation. They seem to be having very level heads. They've maintained the tempo, 4 to 5 runs every over. The single there.
Been operating very well, Natasha and Mariko.
At this point, they would like to bat through, not give away the start that they've got, and continue to consolidate. It's another one. Flicked off the pads for a single. I like the way the Hong Kong China ladies have gone about business after losing the first wicket. They held their fort, gone about business properly.
Shanzin Shazad, the only wicket to fall thus far in the innings. Early days in the match. Nepal won the toss, elected to field, and well, Hong Kong China giving them a run for their money. These runs look like $1 million right now. They are golden, they are priceless. The singles help you to keep the scoreboard ticking amidst the tight bowling. That's what you desire to see. Then if the bad ball comes away, you are able to tuck it away to the boundary. Little Pado doesn't get much on it.
But you see, Innocent, the intelligence of Natasha, it has impressed me quite a bit. She knows she has already got 3 singles. All she has to do is pick up a double, even if it's 2 runs. That will be 5 in the over. And you can see that she's trying to pedal that one into the vacant area. Another single. Very good awareness. She knows exactly what the situation demands. She's in control of what is happening. And Hong Kong, China's dugout will be very happy with what is happening.
That's a very good appeal from her. Umpire Patrick Makumbi not interested because he felt there was some bad on it. But at 12 overs gone, they are moving at 4.92 per over. Rubina Chetty's over is gone for just 4 singles. Her 2 overs gone for 8. And at the end of the 12th over, the score is 59 for 1. Cut very hard, and she's running off. She won't make ground. She's given running for the hills when there's only a plateau to do with. Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles get on 2 different networks here, and the communication will never be perfect. That's how she perishes. Hit very hard to point. She sets off running. Her partner not interested, and she falls. Natasha Miles, the skipper, his inning comes to an end, always getting starts but not converting them. She falls for 35 from 42 as Michael Grace Ndiko comes into the attack. The Kenyans pronounce his name as Ndiko. Former batter for the Cricket Cranes. Ndiko, good afternoon. 59 for 2. What do you make of the situation?
Good afternoon, Daula. Well, it's an East African affair always when we get to that kind of accent, but quick running there almost between wickets. Unfortunate for Natasha Miles, who has to get back to the dugout. The game is well poised, in my opinion.
Natasha Miles gives us here a thumbs up. She has us talk about her. And Chan Kaing is a new batter. Indu Bama not yet into the wicket column, but there's a wicket in her over. Indu Bama into her third. Straight and full. Kept out.
Innocent, a little psychological warfare there. One captain ensuring the dismiss of another captain who was well set.
Sizing up each other nicely is what you would say. Again, Indubama thrives on darting them in. Sometimes he changes the grip of the ball and holds it cross seam. She comes from a run-up of a spinner, but I tell you, her balls travel than some medium pacers. Again, full face from the lefty. Chan Kaing gets her inning started.
Good clean up there from Sharma. Innocent, I feel the game is in that place where you feel it's as though it's halfway to go, especially with the resources that Hong Kong, China still possesses, because at 60 for 2 in 12.4, they still have the kind of resources to look at maybe 100, 110.
130 should be on for them. But they need if they need 70 more from 8, they need to get some big drives like that. Mariko Hill does very well, running back for the second. And there's a brain freeze right there from the fielder. Rubina Belbashi held the ball, and as Chan Kaing and Mariko Hill struggled to complete the second, she could have thrown it anywhere, and the Nepalese could have gotten a wicket-taking chance.
It's all happening here in the middle, Innocent.
Of course, Nepal having fans wherever they travel in the world, be it the men, be it the women. When you play in Kathmandu, the ground is packed 70,000, and they go on singing Nepal, Nepal. That sends shivers down the opposition, and many times they are unbeatable at home. Away from home today, a couple of fans in the building, although it's a working day in Uganda, and it is Hong Kong, China now, that fall from 5 per over. They moved to 4.77 per over, and the score is 62 for 2 after 13. Rubina into the attack. It's Chan Kaing, the lefty, that runs very quickly and gets 2. The support is on, and those are the Nepalese fans we were talking about. 4 ladies and 1 gentleman. They also have a boombox right next to them, ready to play the victory tunes like they did play yesterday, as they sang and celebrated late into the afternoon after toppling poor Uganda. Short. Ill-advised, if you ask me. It is hit very well in the covers, in the gap. The running, and the call is 2. Mariko Hill is off running. She has put the fielders under pressure. Mariko Hill, all the experience from the year she's been playing the game, coming to the fore there.
Sometimes you feel the basics in this game will never run away from you. Take the quick run, the first run first, and you give yourself an opportunity to take a second, and putting Katka under that pressure indeed produced the second quite comfortably. Go there, scampered through. The 2 in Mariko Hill and Chan Kai seem to be having an understanding that indeed the urgency calls for.
I like how Hong Kong, China have controlled this inning. Punched straight to mid-on. No runs under her nose. Final ball of the 14th coming through. From here, there will be 36 balls to go, and they would like to get many more. They're falling off in terms of the runs they're scoring. Big shot Does it have the legs to go? Yes, the dive is desperate and not with commitment. Little conviction from the field, and she pays the price. It is a Hong Kong, China. Look at that. No conviction whatsoever. 4 runs to the total. That will take them to 71 for 2 after 14 overs. "36 balls left in the match, and effectively that is 6 overs. And Nepal captain Indu Bama will toss the ball to Joshi Kabita from the airport end. Left-hander Chan Kaing loves to score off every delivery she faces. And that's the way to go about business with just 35 balls left.
Interesting change-ups there. Earlier on, Induba herself, and now she's given the responsibility to Kabita Joshi. Altogether, Nepal is trying everything in their power to make sure they stem the tide as it is right now.
Round the corner, Marco Hill very confident. Chan Kaing responds to her call and says, "I am happy to run for you. You are the elder stateswoman here." Joshi trying to keep them a little quieter. That pops up on the lefty. She looks down to square leg and see if there's any protection. She must be thinking of that shot now.
You must just appreciate the understanding between this pair here. A little partnership building up already.
The left-hander again hitting it straight to the only fielder in the covers there. 2 singles up front and 2 dot balls follow. Good stuff from Joshi Kabita. And when you run with purpose like she does, you always get the full reward. A single is what she gets.
Innocent, you must just like the way there seems to be a bit of a telepathic kind of communication between Mariko Hill and Chan Kai, because every single little opportunity is turned into a sure run, yet we've seen run-outs before. Run-outs before whenever people have not called between their wickets. But that indeed will bring up 74 for 2 after 15.
Change in the bowling with just 30 balls left in this first innings for Hong Kong, China, who were asked to bat first by Indobama after she won the toss. Rachana Kumari Chaudhry will be bowling her 3rd of the day.
Unlock your stay for less with app-exclusive prices. Download the free Booking.com app today.
The ranks is on the development panel for ICC, trying to make some consultations with the bowler to find out which end, which action. It's a left-hander Chan Kaying on strike. There she goes. Her favorite region is the call two from the onset. Mariko Hill goes. The pressure Mariko Hill has put on the bowling and the fielders of Nepal has indeed paid off. Been able to turn ones into twos. And that could be the difference at the end of the day.
Very smart running, doing the basics right, running the first run as a first one, giving themselves a chance for the second.
This one is in the air, but there is no protection. The protection is right at the boundary where it will be cut off for just one now. Throw, not very good. If they're taken on half for the second, could have easily gotten it. Swept, but straight into the hands of the fielder. That's a very good catch taken there by Ishori Beast. She picked up the first wicket of the match, and she's taken a very good catch at her short square leg. That is the end of seasoned campaigner Mariko Hill.
Mariko Hill, they are trying to manufacture something out of a very difficult situation, and it's to her demise. Falling for 21 after 21 of 26 balls, to the excitement and joy of Kuma Rachana Chaudhry and her team, leaving Hong Kong, China at 77 for 3. And that will bring in Yasmin Daswani. And there you are, the Nepalese, always in the right spirits to support their own everywhere in the world. And they are doing it exactly.
DJ getting to blast their tunes. Love is in the air in Entebbe, the first capital of Uganda. $77 for 3. After 15.3, they celebrate a wicket. Rachana Kumari picking up her first. And walking into bat, Yasmin Daswani.
A very significant wicket there of Mariko Hill, who was well set. Again, looking probably to convert. But Hong Kong, China has to rebuild afresh.
Good shot from the new batter, Daswani. She breaks her shackles and starts her innings with a boundary. Fearless cricket from Hong Kong, China. The delivery there, full toss. Made the flashing blade of Yasmin Daswani. Goes to the boundary. They move into the 80s now. Goes again, a little misfield, and the bowler was moving one way, the ball was moving the other. Different routes, one destination.
So raise a change up for the left hand as Rachana Kumari Chaudhry tries to put a hold on the flow of events.
The lefty continuing to find the gaps. When you have a left-hander in your team that plays like Chan Kaying, you are on an advantage because it gives you that dimension to also get the bowler's lines the other way for you, even as a right-hander. 16 gone, 83 for 3. 24 balls left in the innings. How many more runs does Hong Kong China want? Michael, my guess is as good as yours. But I believe anything in the region of 30 runs could do them a world of good.
Well, Innocent, I had thought between 100 and 110. Still on for the Cards because it's only 3 wickets down. And the way Chan Kayin is batting with Yasmin Dawan, that's one it will be interesting to see.
Puja Mahato to the left-hander. Chan Kayin continues to play very nicely. Won't take the second. The skipper makes her voice heard from the dugout. She says, good call. That's how she wants things to be done. Team Hong Kong China have a Ugandan physio who's doing the work and helping them with their S&C as well. That is boosting the economy in Uganda nicely. Money in the bank for the Ugandan economy. The beauty of the teams. You come to play, many of them don't want to travel with doctors, so they get their home doctor who is easier to look after and take care of them because they know the conditions better. That's being a little wiser. Come on all over the world for 9,000 plus miles, 20 hours of travel for a job that could be done by a local who knows the conditions better. And she's done very well. And she's looking very, very beautiful in a Hong Kong China kit.
Very good PR there, Innocent. You are very good at bilateral relations for sure. And I'm sure the Foreign Office will take a keen interest in this kind of strategy. But there you are, Puja, continuing to ask the questions because Hong Kong China seems to want to go for that 110 to 120 mark.
Yasmin Daswani. Look at this. Oh no. Finally Nepal collect nicely. Kabita Joshi almost taken on by the batters, but Yasmin Daswani says to Chan Kayin, please hold your horses. Let's not give our wickets. We've been doing well.
Clearly there is a change in partnership in terms of the running, Innocent. Yes. All the twos have been turned into singles. And it will be interesting to see how quickly they pick up themselves this partnership.
That is the left-hander is in the air, a lot of distance, a lot of height. It's a beautiful catch, and the celebration on the ground tells you the story. It's a beautiful catch taken right there. And they do very, very well. Samjana Kumari Kadka takes the catch to end. Chan Kayin is that stay in the middle. Look at the celebration saying, the world is mine. The world is not enough.
Great effort there. Amazing scenes all together. Everyone called into the celebration. And Chan Kayin has to walk back as Hong Kong China seems to still be pushing for those extra 20 to 30 runs in these remaining 20 balls.
Walking to bat at number 6 for Hong Kong China is that famous girl, a girl who the world must have recognized, and a girl who could win herself a slot in one of the franchise leagues all over the world, Mariam Bibi. Yesterday she turned the game on its head with 3 sixes as Hong Kong China stunned Namibia. 30 from 19 was enough to win her player of the match. It was exciting to see.
Was a splendid effort, Innocent. I wonder how the feel was for you here from the comms box.
It was a privilege to be the one right behind. Actually, it wasn't me behind the microphone, but I was right behind the two commentators of the. It was Davis Karashani and Dennis Athamusali. And I tell you, the neutrals were celebrating the day of the underdogs. There were high fives all over the place. There's a lot of noise on the park. You must have felt a little sorry for Namibia. Full toss, hit back straight past the bowler. And that one will race all the way to the boundary. Mariam Bibi starts off from where she left off yesterday, getting the boundaries. Opens her account with a beautiful 4.
It's finally lovely to watch full tosses and any kind of loose balls being given the rightful treatment, because that in itself is a statement of action to say this is the higher league and everyone is meaning business today.
Pooja Mahato with the final delivery to Mariam Bibi. Again onto the onside. There is a sweeper. The throw is good. They take one. And more importantly, Bibi Mariam will be on strike when over number 18 comes through. But for now, they're into the 90s, Hong Kong, China. And after 17, they're 91 for 4. Mariam Bibi has a name that sounds more Tanzanian. And if you know Swahili, you know what Bibi means. I don't want to be the one to translate that for you. My Swahili not the very best, but at least I know what Bibi means.
Innocent, I'll remain with Mariam. It's easier to understand. Yesterday only was a Sunday.
And I love this season as Hong Kong China do get a freebie in an extra. It's a beautiful season, Lent season for the Christians and fasting time for our Muslim brothers. So whichever way you look at it, it's time to repent. Go repent your sins so that the Lord may forgive you, and you need to change your lives. Again, there are Daswani and Bibi trying to take off when there's no run. The ball right in the grasp of the fielder.
Mariam Bibi with a dejected gesture there, probably looking to stay on strike, and that is very good to see. On behalf of Hong Kong, China, they would love to see Mariam Bibi on strike. Not that Yasmin Daswani will not strike that ball, but you're sure to have Mariam Bibi repeat her tried and tested approach, especially with the wily Ishwari, who is not so easy to put away.
Shori is bold. At least 14 balls. And she's gone for just 8 runs and picked up a wicket, the first of Shazin Shazad. Yasmin Daswani being asked by her teammates to give the strike to Bibi.
Clearly, Bibi wants to be on strike, but that almost brings up an opportunity of a run out, of which Indu seems to have picked up on.
Touch and go. They'll take the single finally. Is it more than one? Skipper Natasha Miles telling her Bibi to stay put. They'll know they'll be looking for a boundary every over going on from here. At least one boundary every over. And Bibi knows the assignment is clear. Full toss, not punished.
Clearly bashing her head in. She's not happy with herself because she feels that was a lost opportunity of a boundary.
Natasha, who is right under our dugout here, because we're operating from right above the Hong Kong China dugout. They tell Bibi to wait for the ball to come to her butt. Very, very wily from Ishori Beast, who's bought a very good over there. It's gone for only 4 runs and there's no boundary. Her 3 overs have gone for just 10 runs and she has a chance to come back and bowl the last over. 95 for 4 for Hong Kong China after 18 overs.
Yeah.
Skipper Indubama will bowl what has become lately the most important over in T20 cricket. The 19th. And she cleans Mariam Bibi up. Mariam Bibi was trying to hoik her across the line. Neck and head high up in the skies. And she's bowled neck and crop. 95 for 5. Bibi Mariam, the pinch hitter, goes for 7 from 5.
Captain Indubama there, taking on the captain's role to clean up what seemingly is a difficult situation, especially in the penultimate over, but turning it a little easier to her advantage and to the advantage Nepal, who are in jubilation mode, dancing to those interesting Ugandan tunes as well. And that will bring Lai Wiki in to try and get Hong Kong China closer to that 110 mark.
I like the tactics they are being deployed by Nepal. They bring back their military medium pacers who bowl straight and accurate to bowl at the very end. Ishori Beast did very well the previous over, going for just 4 runs. And now Indubama, the skipper, comes up and picks up a first wicket in her final over with one that rearranges the furniture. And then that is 2 in 2 for Indubama. She will be on a hat trick the next delivery. She has just cleaned up Lai. Lai goes lying low. Lai Winky will go take a cup of coffee to warm up for the second innings without disturbing the scorers. And that's how she falls. Raw celebrations from Indubama and her teammates.
Thick inside edge, they are doing the trick, but you just got to appreciate Captain Indubama bowling stump to stump at such a situation where the batters would chance anything within their swinging arc to try and get that couple of boundaries or 6.
See you, May Y is the new batter. Hat-trick ball. Does Indubama want it? Yes, she does. Look at the field setting. Creating more pressure by asking Ishori Beast to come closer at the point region. And here she comes. It's going to be very quick and very straight. She manages to keep it out. But her partner doesn't help her to come through for the single. Yasmin Daswani, whatever she's thinking, looks like she wants to hog the last over all by herself. But in cricket, every run does count to the total. It's not just your run, it's a team run. And I've loved Yasmin to play with that mindset. Another full face from number 8 batter, Seyo Meiwai.
Well, at the same time, at least Indo-Burma would chance an opportunity of a wicket maiden.
That is quick from her. Again, she tries to set off. See you may why. It's a double wicket over so far. Does it become a double wicket maiden? There is a ball left. She's done very well at the business end of the match. The penultimate over belongs to Nepal. And here she comes again. I tell you, by the time young See May Wai played, the ball was already in the keeper's gloves. A little too late to hop onto the last bus out of Entebbe town. It's end of the 19th, 95 for 6, but give a round of applause to Indo-Burma for the double wicket maiden over. $95 for 6 after 19. Final over. Do they get a fortress boundary here? They're running very quickly. Sharma onto it, and they're running very well. The keeper, cardinal sin from her, not removing the glove to chip in the throw. Roma Thapa must know better as a keeper. Remove the glove and throw the ball, but she threw it backwards this time round.
Just 2 runs short of another century. Team total by Hong Kong, China today. And that will be an interesting return on the efforts in batting.
Yesterday they chased down 112, getting 113 for 6, winning by 4 wickets. And they won it in quick time. Touch and go. Yes, the single is on, the throw is good. The backup is also good. Up to the task. Good backing up skills there. Ishori Beast with the final over here. She has beautiful figures of 1 for 14 in 3.2. Full face. That is playing smarter. And chance for a run out. But well, Daswani asks you to stay.
And that brings up the century for Hong Kong, China, 100 for 6. With 3 balls left, how many more would Hong Kong, China want to add on as a score they would relish defending?
Big swing. Big miss. Yasmin Daswani was already setting off to run for a bye. Keeper, much wiser this time round. Roma Thapa throws it the right way to the bowler's end. Psychological total on board, the 3 coveted figures. How many more can they get with 2 deliveries left? Beast holds her tracks in her run-up and goes back to do it all over again. Standing outside waiting to bat. Chan Kaman and Ikra. French cat, but nowhere to go. Not happy with the end here is Team Hong Kong, China. You can see they are agitated in the dugout.
You know, Innocent, you just have to give it to Nepal, because pulling off a penultimate double wicket maiden and then only 5 runs in the last one.
She middles this one and the catch is taken, albeit quietly. by the skipper, Indubama. Look at her. Muted celebrations from her. She's a woman doing her business like a smooth criminal. Look at that. Straight into her hands. No celebration. Gives the ball back to the umpire. And a little high fives with a blank face on her as if she's done nothing. That's how it ends. 107. 100 for 7, I beg your pardon. After 20 overs for Hong Kong, China, who were asked to bat first. The mathematics will be easy for Nepal. For them to beat Hong Kong, China, they need 5 runs every over when they come out to bat. This is the batting card. Not all of them have come out to bat. Only a few, but look at Natasha Miles, the skipper, leading from the front, 35 from 42 before she got run out by Sana and Roma Tapa. And then 21 from the seasoned campaigner, Mariko Hill, 21 from 26 before she fell to Rachana Kumari. And the other double figures coming through from the left-hander, Chan Kaying and Yasmin Daswani, 12 and 11 respectively. The next highest scorer after the sevens from Mariam Bibi and Shazin Shazad were the extras, 6. And we'll look at the bowling card now. Bowling card right there for you. 7 bowlers used, including Kabita Joshi, whose only over went for 3. But amongst the wickets was Indubama, the skipper, 2 for 15 in half overs. A feat that was equaled by Ishori Bis, who also picked up 2 wickets for 15 in half overs. And then Pooja Mahato, the opening bowler, 1 for 21. And Rachana Kumari Chaudhry, 1 for 18 in half 3. Nepal will need 101 in 20 overs. That's 120 balls, and these are some of the highlights. Pooja Mahato starting off with extras. Notice there the highlights package coming up for you shortly. You enjoy it, and then we will take a break before we come back for the second innings. And those are some of the runs that were flowing up front as Hong Kong China got off to a flyer, racing to 14 inside 4 overs. Boundaries were flowing as well onto the onside. Natasha Miles and Shazin Shazad, before Shazad fell, she hooked that one up in the air, asking to be called. Easy catch was taken right there by Kadka. And then the pair over Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles made hay as the sun continued to pierce through the clouds here at Entebbe Oval. The onside was very fruitful area, a region which they favored, and many of the shots did go there. Ria Sharma came into the attack, and she gave the team a chance for a run out. Natasha Miles caught. That's how she fell and lost her wicket. Rubina Belbashi came into the attack. She was hit to the onside as well, right in front of the dugout of her team. And the runs continued to flow. And that was the catch. That's how Mariko Hill fell, trying to play a big shot full of improvisation, but straight into deep square leg as Rachana Kumari struck gold. And Mariko Hill took a walk back to the heart after doing some work for the team getting to 21. Then Yasmin Daswani came in, got a full toss, and she said, "Thank you for coming me in the middle. I'll hit that one straight to the boundary for 4. Hit high up in the air by Chan Kaing. It got a lot of height, but no distance. The celebration there was nice from Kadka. Pooja Mahota sent to the boundary by Mariam Bibi, straight as an arrow. What a beautiful shot. You get a freebie, you tuck it away. And then that was the over, the penultimate one, where the skipper Indubama struck not back to back. and she was on a hat trick. Momentarily, never got the hat trick in Obama, but it was a good job done by her. She was also the one that held on to the catch at the very end. And as we take the break, with Hong Kong, China warming up in the field, please do know that we're coming to you live from Entebbe for this first ever Women's Day Cup. But also more importantly, do know that Nepal will need 101 from 120 balls to pick up their second victory of the tournament.
There's a small story. Olo guy. There's a brother Bugama. I put your Kampala Club. I come. I Kampala to Charlie. So the guy, my brother we call him. I'm one of the transport. I'm one of the guy not in your bus. So I'm not coming in Masha. Naja. Karuma Naja. Gonja ni chichi. That's all. This year I'm not sad. Naja. Kampala no me miro baru wero bawa. Naja go. Lukumi. Nasibaza. Ni kakaga. Nafuka mu town sanga mwenda. Nakula mukolo we nagamba hey bro video namugamba tuza kujja ku office nabansikiriza amulwaga nyingi mu piano bank of Uganda naye sigala mu town yakuyita yakugamba at 5 tugenda waka ngaina abakazi batunda makaroni hafu limba katono bitiriti nagula nonga yesa nagula nalya abeera awo 5 kayita mukubira simu obuugi najja natumya obuugi nanywa ekikopo ky'obuugi nakiwuma nagamba mekali 5 ate jibi 5 nasigazaamu 2 nagamba nalaba katunda nga kazze kafaana bulina tamanyi bakateekamu food kala Kampala nagamba pejusi ebamuwa water bottle neka kasa nasigazaamu 10 mukulu we namukubira simu 6 nagamba maze okola buza boda boda bank of Uganda weri kanga mukulu amanyi omutwala agwina ali alinyako boda mwamuso kuva mu park kumbe gayi talina sente kati gayi yabuuza baboda wapakeri bank of Uganda namwa yamukano kati nambala nga 40 minutes kutuuka ngaabula kuba mimotoka nyingi ne taxi nzinga oga ojja kulaba ekizinjiko bank of Uganda mukulu we namukolo nga mbuuzi eneyitibwa radio 1 niyo wano nenga mutuuse esala oluguudo kigambo bank of Uganda teri kugiraba twamukulu we namba tuditeke bayi ababoda bamanyiyo agamba opiyo akola woma naye yokya anti katukananiza mukulu we story and the guy is now group yatunyumiza story at the bar we died of and the man ate all the money he was feeding the whole journey was feeding nengamba kati siba kumuwa ebiri nemuwa mutwalo nyamugamba hey opiyo nyamugamba come Kampala woman yo cha. And every time we are there hanging out Kampala woman yo cha.
এত টাকার খাট কিনলাম, ডেলিভারিটা একটু ফ্রি দেন না?
না আপা, ফ্রি ডেলিভারি দারাজে 500 টাকায় 3টা টি-শার্ট, কিন্তু ডেলিভারি চার্জ 120 টাকা।
ফ্রি ডেলিভারি দারাজে?
আসলে
ডেলিভারিটা তো ফ্রি দেন
না।
এই দাঁড়া ফ্রি ডেলিভারি দারাজে। দারাজ ফ্রি ডেলিভারি ফেস্টিভ্যাল, খরচ বাঁচিয়ে সবই কিনুন দারাজে, সেরা দাম প্রতিদিন।
Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? The Alibaba.com app is the perfect place to get started. The Alibaba.com app is the perfect place to get started.
Rachana Kumari and Pooja Mahato managed to pick up 7 wickets, restricting Hong Kong China look like good for 120 to just 100. They have found their voice in their team huddle, call it the circle of trust, and now they are on the field, Team Hong Kong China, to defend their runs. Runs on board, runs on board. Nepal are up in the middle for business. Ikra is the lady with the new ball for Team Hong Kong China. Ikra Saha didn't do any work with the bat, signed up as a bowler, and she must deliver the goods. Samjana out there in the middle, Samjana Kumar Rikadka and Sana Praveen to open the batting for Team Nepal. Umpires looking sharp. Anna Harris, umpired in the World Cup of the women. She does work with cricket without boundaries, and once she heard that there's a tournament happening in Uganda, she asked Uganda Cricket Association to draft her in. She took a flight from northern Uganda to central Uganda to come and officiate in this one, where cricket without boundaries are currently doing some work, and she's happy to earn the mileage. And as well, with an ODI umpire on the other side, Patrick Makumbi Mosoke, the dream for many Ugandans to see him stand in a World Cup maybe one day. May the Lord bless him and his ambitions. Here's Ikra Saha. Starts with the one that is edged very fine. The diving effort from the keeper is in vain, but there is backup at the boundary, and that is very well stopped by the Hong Kong China fielder. Chan, come on.
Ikra getting to move the ball away from the right-hander, inducing the outside edge. Beats that diving wicket keeper. Pick up 1. The required run rate is 5 if Nepal are to pull this one off. Require 100 runs of 19.5 overs at the moment. So Nepal will look to replicate what Hong Kong and China did earlier. Got a very good start from their top order. So Nepal would like to replicate that kind of effort. Let's see what Sana and Samjana could do.
I apologize to you, Ivan. I didn't introduce you, but Ivan, welcome back in the comments box. Never too late. Or better late than never, like the English adage goes.
Cut straight to point, cover point. Dot ball there. Thank you very much, Innocent. You're guilty of a few things. Name want to exonerate you on this occasion. You're not innocent at all. In Africa, that would be very rude to guests if you don't welcome them into your house.
Big bombing drive there from Sana. She pierces the offside there, Sana Praveen, and there's a good fielding effort from the deep from Sui Mei Wai.
Beautiful, drilled through the covers. Immaculate shot. Cover drive, I tell you, is one of most difficult shots to play. I can tell you that, Innocent. looks easy and pleasing on the eye if you see Baba Azam doing it, but if you're not Baba Azam, then it's a entirely different proposition. But beautifully executed by Sana. Picks up 2.
And you can see what a Mariko Hill has been asked to stand round her as well with Natasha. And then this is cheeky and stylish from Sana Praveen. Again, the running is good between the wickets.
Sana employing a deft touch there. Picks up 2 again. Utilizing all the resources that she has in terms of her batting skills. Like I said, Innocent, Nepal will need to replicate what Hong Kong did if they are to stand any chance. Managed to put together. We'll see if they can do this consistently for a number of overs. If they do that for 10, it will be very interesting to see where they will be at from that point.
Exactly what they need every over is what they get. 5 for no loss after 1. Nepal on the chase.
All of the teams here, Innocent, have seemed to be top heavy. And if top order is taken care of, then all kinds of problems manifest. Nepal would be very interested in overriding that kind of narrative. The top order will look to put their team in a very good and comfortable position. And so from their point of view, they would like to knock off 6 to 7 overs, the 2 of them. Make life a lot easier for 1 drop. And their number 4, which exactly is what Hong Kong, Singapore did. But it's Sui who comes in. Samjana, drill down the ground, creates an opportunity. Taken down the throat of Hill. Commentators cast Innocent, but they weren't able to go past the 7th ball of the inning. We see the back of Samjana.
That is a Sui Mei Wai coming to the attack. And surely no mountain for Hill to climb there. Takes good care of it. Safe hands. Got a lot of height. No distance. Samjana falls for 1.
It will be a case of interpreting the situation so well for the Nepalese and to understand that batting conditions get a lot easier in the afternoon here at Entebbe and not try to do the difficult things. Hong Kong, Nepal, Hong Kong, China did the simple things so well for a very long period of time. And so that's what Nepal would look to do, I would think. So then their work would be halfway done. It's getting breezy and chilly here in Entebbe over Innocent. And we know when it gets cold, the ball starts to do strange things. So they will have to contend with that as well.
Many times I like people to play the easier way. See ball, hit ball, don't think about the conditions. Driven straight to mid-off, no run there. Pooja Mahato did a lot of work with the ball. And she's asked to come in at 1 drop to do some batting business.
Proving her all-rounder credentials. Well, she'll have to justify them this afternoon here. Looks very good on the drive. Beats the diving bowler. Almost a caught and ball chance. Mid-off is called into play again. Stops a certain boundary. But looks like Pooja is driving powerfully down the ground. It looks good at the moment, Pooja. The 3 balls she's faced. But Sui would like her work too. She will enjoy what she has done. She definitely has her tail up. Conditions will help her as well. I see they are dropping the mid on, sending her to the boundary. Try and keep a tight lead on the cover sofa, on the over sofa.
Being very wise there to keep it out. The over has been very tight from Seiyu. Seiyu Mei Wai.
Looks like she's in absolute control of what she's doing.
And she looks a little stylish as well, with a little blonde tint in her hair.
What's wrong with that? I can tell you.
In the air. Desperate diving effort there from Chan Kaying. And just the 1 run from the over. Seiyu scored 6 for 1 after 2 for Team Nepal.
Ikra to continue from the airport end. Innocent, I've entertained this crazy thought. Seeing you in the coaching dugout one of these days. I wonder how you would go about it. You certainly went about your left arm orthodox bowling quite well. Right from your days in Kasasa, through Makerere College. And still going through your ACC. A number of years, doing a decent job of it. It would be very interesting to see you putting on the coach's kind of jacket.
Ivan, I know I'm a man of many hats, but I tell you, coaching, not my cup of tea. Big appeal, chance for run out. Oh, they run and make it safe. Pooja and Sana, Praveen. One thing about my role that I play for, as you see this replay, there's an appeal, but the shimmy was already halfway the wicket, is that as a media manager for the Cricket Cranes, I have sat and worked with many coaches for over 15 years. It's a role I have volunteered to play for as many years as possible, and starting to look rewarding lately because we start to win now more and more often as Cricket Cranes. Before, it used to be an obituary after obituary. But as a media manager, you sit in the meetings, you sit with the coaches, and you take in a lot of advice that they tell the players. And I feel like I'm a mini coach because sometimes the players instead come to my room for a little chat and say, the coach said this, but you when you played, what did you do? And so we're sharing a lot. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be in the dugout and listen to how different coaches have different styles and how they bring that to the table to find one result, which is a W. At the end of the day, it's a W that matters. That is in the air, over the infield. Running very hard. They wanted a second, but Mahato set back by Praveen.
Innocent, I'm tempted to use the word that not many people like to hear. You sound like a coward to me. If you're brave enough, you should take on that role. After all those 15 years, following the team around with all that information, coaching should be something you want to take on.
Ivan Tamira taking a liking to my innocence. But I knew I set up myself to be bold, and he doesn't forgive a tail ender. He continues to bowl me out with his funny medium pace. But I can also tell you, Ivan, coaching is tough, real tough business. It's the hot seat. When the team wins, it's the players that take the glory. When the team loses, it's the coaches that suffer the brunt of the media. Again, they have cleaning up duty there. And with 3 overs gone, Nepal are 10 for 1.
So it continue from the golf course end. Nepal is 10 for 1. 3 overs.
Ivan, when you take up this role in the comments box, you'll be told to do things like umpiring courses and coaching courses, so that you increase your knowledge as a commentator. As a commentator, you are the coach of the laymen, of the people watching at home, because they listen to your commentary and it's full of advice to the coaches, full of advice to the players, and you sound like you're very intelligent.
Innocent Dowler. But that is true. What you've said is absolutely true. I can tell you I learned a lot more about cricket from the likes of Ian Bishop, a lot more from the likes of Michael Holding, a lot more from the likes of Michael Atherton, the late Shane Warne, in the few days that he did the commentary job. But I tell you, we gathered a lot of information from them. And so, for sure, the game. But I also like to say that Ramiz Raja has been a very good one too behind the microphone. Man from whom we have learnt a number of things as far as commentating is concerned.
Many more better commentators out there. Guys like Nasser Hussain. I like King Carlos in the commentary box lately. Carlos Brathwaite does very well. Mike Hazeman, the South African.
And the evergreen Pomi Mbangwa.
Yes, and Pomi, tailor-made for the big occasions, as this one there is played very well by Sana Praveen onto the onside there. Mariko Hill, the side slide to stop it. The two looking like they're tailor-made for the chase. Praveen and Pooja.
Mariko pulls that one back in to save a certain boundary. You need all the effort from their fielders. So he's certainly liking the effort Murray Hill is putting in. There's a lot of urgency in the batting too. Pooja and Sana going about business with the urgency of a hungry lion. Deft touch there by Pooja. Still goes straight to the fielder. But, Sui will enjoy what she's doing so far and she would like to finish it off very well here.
Touch and go, nowhere to run though. Ends up as a very good over. 4 runs in 8. At this rate, I can tell you that 6 runs short over the past score. But at the end of 4, Nepal are 14 for 1. Umpiring course already. I did a level 1. I never finished it in coaching. So I won't be tempted to do it finally. Such that maybe Innocent Ndaula can become invisible Innocent Ndaula when he is behind the mic. Because I'll be able to tell more beautiful stories and not just speak English. I'll be able to be a little more analytical.
Chance there. Pass the diving cover. Pick up 2 from it. The Nepalese are becoming proactive, understanding the need for urgency. Going after it. Ekra concedes 2 in the first ball. They need 85 from 15.4 overs at a rate of 5.3. And so they would like to make the best of the power play. Pooja on strike.
Very well struck there by Puja Mahota. Once it was over the infield, flew past the umpire. It was good. A beautiful shot for Nepal as they reach the 20s. Look at that. A shot of intent. Looks like a shot of anger, but she got that one from the middle of the bat.
Very beautiful executed. She kept her head down for long, tucked her back knee into, rotated her hip, managed to get a hold of all of that, sending it to the deep square leg boundary, collecting 4. All of a sudden, the required run rate, takes a bit of a dip. Understands the situation, keeps that one out.
So they tell you, I love to hear the things you speak about, the posture of the batter and how she executes the shot. Lessons for all cricketers watching. Always swing easy but hit hard. It's about timing, because power is nothing without control.
Absolutely. Is that wide? Drifts down the leg. Short one though. Innocent, you'll be surprised to know that all the while we thought it's the hands that hit the ball. But I tell you now, it's the head that hits the ball. If the head is out of position, the hands won't access the ball. So you're always advised to keep your head in very good position to get it right over the ball. And then the hands will naturally get into good position. And that's why you find sometimes these batsmen don't move their feet anymore, but they usually get access. Like on that occasion, driven down the ground. Get a dot ball there. Brings an end to the 5th over. Is that an end? There's only still one left. I beg your pardon. But yeah, batsmen these days, as long as they get their head in the right position, even if the feet don't move too much, they'll always get access to the ball. And the way the game is going these days at a very fast pace, if you have good eyes, good hands will always accompany that. Like to see how Ikra finishes off this over. She's already conceded 6. Driven family, beats again the fielder, beats Sui.
Two boundaries in the over there for Puja Mahota. She gets 10 runs from the over. The most fruitful over for Team Nepal. Look at that. Well drilled. Next to the media there, they do the collecting. Seen a young upcoming journalist there, Darren Alan Cheune, in the frame, looking so smart on a Monday.
I noticed, Innocent, Sue is wearing 82 on her back. Does that say anything to you?
Pluck that one out of my mouth. I was waiting for the right time to use it after she's picked a wicket, because there is a 82 there, and there's a man who made shirt number 82 famous in his playing days right next to me here, Ivan Tautamira. And I know it means your year of birth. I am spot on. Very well done on your 4th decade of living, sir.
Thank you very much. And those 40 decades have shown me a few things. I was around at least in 1986 when the government changed. In a few events in the western part of my country. I've seen a few things in the eastern side of my country. I'm very happy to be here to see even this event in my 4th decade.
See you. Some real good wheels of pace.
There's magic in that number. Challenging Sana's outside edge. I've noticed, Innocent, most of the ladies in this tournament have been bowling straight. But also what I've noticed, driving the ball outside off stump has not been the easiest, as we see there. They all opt to go across the line. So I've not seen the bowlers asking the batters to drive the ball a lot more often. I would have loved to see how that would have panned out. Now it makes me understand why they've not kept the slip in, because they are bowling straight wicket to wicket. But if they are bowling it, the 4th stump, Maybe the slips would have come into play. One is drilled down the ground. Taken by mid-off, kept it to 1. Mid-on rather, beg your pardon.
You can see that Sana Praveen not very happy with herself, how she has gone about business. It's because she's striking it and going along nicely. Striking the right shots. 13 from 15. 25 for 1. Not bad for the start.
I think she would like to rotate the strike a little bit more if she notices she's not in touch. Pump down the ground as well. Precisely what she needs to be doing. And giving the strike to Sana, to Pooja as she does, so that she does the bulk of the work. Looks like Pooja is in her element. The situation and keep turning the strike over to Pooja. Dot ball, we come to the end of the end of the first power play. 26 for 1.
Power play has been indicated by Anna Harris, the umpire. It's done and dusted. They got 26 runs from it. And I can tell you, it's the same tale of the tape. Different innings, but same old story. Because Hong Kong, China also had 26 in the power play. With 1 wicket down after Shazad fell. And the two seasoned campaigners, Mariko Hill, came together. Introduced into the attack a little early to ball from the Entebbe International Airport end as I welcome Michael.
Thank you, Innocent. Looks like it is a full hands-on-deck approach today for both teams.
He's the fielder.
As Nepal chasing.
Think the umpires are against them and they don't know they're all there to promote themselves and build their careers as you develop as a player.
Beautiful.
She has her hand on her head